of digital screens lead to blindness? I have been reiterating in my previous vlogs that our exposure to gadgets or digital screens is quite alarming regardless of age, mapabata, mapamatanda, grabe na po yung exposure natin sa mga gadgets. And unfortunately, a lot of us still do not understand the gravity or the importance of protecting our eyes against the digital screens because of the harmful effects it can give us. Well, it's understandable to some na hindi pa ganon kadami or kalalim yung understanding nila on the importance of protecting ourselves against gadgets. But sadly, meron namang alam and yet they prefer to ignore. So let's ask this very blunt question. Can too much gadget use lead to blindness? May adlaw, mahay na aga. Welcome po to Doc Melodious channel. It's Dr. Melody Valdez-Fidel, your friendly optometrist. I'm also an eye and vision care advocate. I am a salesperson, a lens consultant, a career mom, Mrs. Fidel, and many more. For my MVLOG number 19, Free Eye Checkup with Doc Melodious, we will answer the question, can too much or prolonged use of digital devices or gadgets lead to blindness? So ayan, na-mention ko kanina sa introduction that a lot of us sadly ignores or kulang pa yung understanding on the importance of protecting our eyes against digital devices or our gadgets. And in my previous vlogs, I have mentioned the most common na mga harmful effects of prolonged use or exposure to our digital devices, such as of course yung number 1, yung pag-dry ng eyes natin, number 2, yung tired eyes, number 3, yung headache or pag-worsen din or pagdagdag ng mga refractive error or grado ng mga mata natin. So aside from that na na-mention ko na mga common harmful effects, ano ba yung worst case scenario? So can it lead ba to blindness eventually if ganun pa rin i-continue natin yung ganong klase or degree ng pag-expose ng mata natin sa mga gadgets? But before that, let's all understand ano bang meron ang digital screens or gadgets that makes it harmful to our eyes. And the answer to that, kung ano bang meron ang mga gadgets and digital screens is yung tinatawag natin na blue light. Blue light, siguro pwede natin siya i-compare sa UV because first, they both come from the sun. So, pinaka-major source ng UV and blue light is the sun. And ang second main source ng blue light and UV is yung mga lights natin, mga artificial lights. In the case of blue light, it's the LEDs or light emitting diode that are also evident or meron ang mga gadgets and digital screens natin. But the difference is, yun nga nabanggit ko kanina na na-recognize na kasi natin yung dangers ng UV. Kaya we have created mga means or ways to block or to counter yung mga harmful effects ng UV. But in the case of blue light, just recently pa lang natin naintindihan or na-understand that blue light coming from gadgets are also dangerous. And most of the products that we have are only against UV pero hindi on the protection against blue, such as yung mga lenses natin. Before, we only focus on the UV, anti-UV, kumbaga na protection para sa mata. But protection against blue, hindi pa ganon karampant or hindi pa ganon ka-acknowledge ng mga tao. Because again, probably the understanding and the awareness is kulang pa. So, bakit later pa lang or just recently pa natin na-recognize that blue light is also harmful? Well, it's because, as I've mentioned also in my previous vlog, na para makakita tayo, we need light to enter the eye. When I say the light, that's the white light. And white light includes the different spectrum of light or colors such as yung kilala natin na Roy G. Biv, red, orange, yellow, green, violet, indigo, and blue. So, Roy G. Biv, the different spectrum of colors comprises white light. And within the white light, nandun yung blue light. So, within the white light nga, yung blue light na sinasabi ko. So, itong blue light na to, it has two types. The harmful, we call the harmful blue-violet light, and the healthy, we call the healthy blue turquoise light. The blue turquoise light or the healthy light, since it's called healthy, kailangan siyang pumasok sa mata natin. So, it's for our well-being. Now, the harmful blue-violet, siya yung dapat natin na i-block. Dapat hindi siya pumasok sa mata natin. Because, if pumasok nga siya sa mata natin, di ba nasabi ko nga kung pumapasok yung light, it will point to the back part of our eye, we call the retina. Doon tayo magkakaroon ng clear vision kung doon tumama yung white light. Now, in the case of blue light, entering the eye dahil kasama nga siya sa white light, if pumasok po siya sa mata natin, it will point to the retina or the back part of our eye. And since it is harmful, pwede siya magkaroon ng harmful or adverse effect doon sa retina or sa mata natin or the back part of the eye. So, ang pwede maging damage nito sa retina is yung tinatawag natin na phototoxicity. And that's around 25% of chances na magkaroon talaga nito. And if phototoxicity happens na na-increase because of our prolonged and grabbing exposure sa blue light, which is coming of course again from our gadgets, it can also actually can eventually lead to us having what we call AMD or the age-related macular degeneration. So just to give you a background, ang AMD or age-related macular degeneration is a common eye condition to elderly. So it is one of the leading cause of blindness, especially to developed countries. So, kung sa UV, ang nagiging, kumbaga, isa sa mga worst case scenario if we are exposed too much with UV is yung mga pterygium, pinguecula, and cataract that can also give you blindness. Siguro sa part naman ng blue light, ang worst case scenario is for us having AMD or the age-related macular degeneration. Although up until now, very limited pa din yung mga research and studies relating yung blue light and the age-related macular degeneration. So going back to the question, can too much or prolonged gadget or digital device use lead to blindness? Possible because aside sa mga dry eye or tired eyes na nagbibigay ng mga digital devices and gadgets, prolonged and too much exposure to blue light can eventually cause phototoxicity. Actually, increase by 25% yung chances natin of having a retinal damage. And once there is retinal damage, it can lead also to the eye condition we know, the AMD or age-related macular degeneration. That is why my prescription for today, if you're an adult and has no choice but to, of course, use the gadgets, then you may do so. Just make sure meron po tayong protection against the blue light and the UV. You can have protection by having your authentic na anti-rad or blue lenses. Now, for your kids naman, make sure we reduce or limit the screen time and also give them an authentic na anti-rad and blue lenses. And idadagdag ko na din, ang number 2 prescription ko is to consider visiting your eye doctor to check lang yung eye condition mo. And if, of course, you're experiencing mga other visual symptoms na tingin mo red flags na siya, such as gradual visual loss. So, that's something na kailangan mo na i-consult or So to summarize, MVLOG number 19, free eye checkup with Doc Melodius. Can too much or prolonged digital device use lead to blindness? Before we answer that question, we had a review about the common harmful na effect ng mga gadgets if we overexpose ourselves, where we enumerated yung mga dry eyes, tired eyes, headache, induced refractive errors, and also we discussed ano bang meron sa mga digital screens that makes it harmful, and we have discussed nga na it was because of the blue light, and unfortunately yung blue light ay kasama po doon sa white light or essential light that needs to enter the eye for us to see. So gladly and fortunately then later on we are able to acknowledge the harmful effects of blue light as well. Hindi lang UV yung dapat natin i-block or i-counter, no? Kasi because maraming mga products against UV, but very few acknowledges that blue light is also harmful. So if there's too much or prolonged exposure to blue light, it will increase the retinal cell death up to 25%. So with that, ang ibig sabihin nito, magkakaroon ng adverse effects sa back part of the eye natin or the retina, which is also responsible for us to see clearly, no? So with that, if meron tayong phototoxicity and retinal cell damage, eventually or probably we will have increased risk for eye problems or eye diseases, and one of which is what we call the AMD or age-related macular degeneration. So ito na po yung worst case scenario, yung AMD or age-related macular degeneration, na pwede tayong maging blind. It can lead to blindness. So to answer the question, can too much or prolonged digital screen use lead to blindness? The answer that I have given is possible. So my prescription then is number one, is to protect ourselves against blue light, of course, by using authentic na mga anti-rad or blue lenses. And of course, number two, to visit your eye doctors to check your eye condition na din and to give you the best management. Baka meron na rin tayong mga other eye conditions na dapat ma-check. So ayan, thank you po for joining me in my MVLOG number 19, free eye checkup with Doc Melodius, with the question, can too much or prolonged digital screens use lead to blindness? So with that po, again, thank you, stay safe, don't forget to love, look, and listen.